themselves oxygen. So right now the biggest rage out there is like, oh my God, combat cancer, oxygen therapy. This naturopathic doctors are talking about oxygen therapy. At Whole Foods they're selling bottles that suck down oxygen. My God, all you have to do is take a conscious breath. So if you were to do that, of course, it's like trying to fly a plane. You're not going to walk out here today and start to practice this on your own. You can do breath snacks, which is what we're doing right now. We're taking breathing snacks. So it's 10 inhales and exhales. You can do that 3 times a day. Instead of going for that candy bar, you'll go and have a breathing snack. That's what an idea, right? And just to like really pop your bubble right now. Right now there is about 45,000 people on this planet that are breatharians. And they're not like enlightened masters or gurus or anything like that, like Sri Aurobindo or people that are highly evolved on a spiritual path. They are people like you and me. And they are living by prana energy alone, by life force energy alone. And it's flabbergasting. They're eating nothing. They're living on air. And they're going through their regular.
I want to see the evidence.
They're going through their regular motions every day. One person I actually met, his name is Michael Warner, and he's part of the anthroposophical Veleda. Veleda, they sell it here. Veleda, it's herbal creams and beautiful lotions and potions. Yeah, Veleda. So he works he's a chemist, a doctor of chemistry in Switzerland. And he, by chance, had a friend of his come from Australia that had been working with this woman, Yasmuhin, and who taught you in a 21-day process how to work and live on oxygen and prana energy alone. And he's written a book about it, and it's called Life from Light. And he's a regular human being like you and me. He's married, he has 2 kids, he gets up every day, goes to work, plays tennis, and he's miraculously healed a lot of his disease by breathing and being alive and being aware of prana energy. And it's really weird. There's a movie out there which is wonderful where he sits down with this very food-oriented Swiss wife, and she's eating, the ham and the cheese for breakfast and the egg, and he's sitting across from her and he's not eating anything, and he's totally alive. And the worst thing he said was the social stigma that he faced. Like all the colleagues thought he was absolutely nuts.
What's his body build? Is he?
He's a normal person, like Beth, like me, like.
Is he fairly thin?
No, he's normal, regular. Like he's a little thinner than you, but that's it.
So the calorie requirement.
He locked him up. They locked him up in Basel Hospital. They closed off all the windows because they were like thinking that he would sneak food. Oh. And he was in there for about 3 weeks, hooked up to all these things, and they were flabbergasted. The doctors couldn't deal with it. They said, this is bizarre. And he survived beautifully, and he'd been doing it for 2 years.
Evidence. I went not eating for 8 days.
Yeah.
Under 24-hour supervision.
Yes.
Psych ward.
Yeah, but the thing is, he does say that you have to believe that the spirit world is sustaining you. So it's not a fasting kind of thing, so please don't try this. There's a 21-day process that goes along with it. But I'm saying when you're breathing, like we are breathing today, you're actually nourishing every cell in your body, and with doing this kind of breath work, you will find that you need less food. You're not as hungry. So it doesn't mean I'm a foodie. Like I would probably not do the 21-day process because I would get so bored. Like what am I going to do with my extra time? Like all of a sudden you have all this time in your hand and you don't have to think about food anymore. But I think about food about 50% of the time.
And what else? Never mind, I say nothing.
Yeah.
This 8-day experience I had 2 years ago, as I said, I have a very rough year where I live.
Yeah, but we talk afterwards because we don't have much time. We don't have much time. Yeah, we talk afterwards.
Sure.
So let's try it again, and that's wonderful that you did that. Let's try another breathing snack, and just know that you're filling yourself with prana energy, pure life force energy and allow it to go wherever you need it in the body, okay? So I start again, and when I go like that, you go for it. And for you, Michael, really come into your upper chest. Remember, the lungs, we use 1/3 of our lungs. It's just like the brain. We use 1/3 of our brain. And the lungs are huge. They go all the way down here and in the back. And they have these beautiful, tree-like branches. So actually, the trees are like the inverted lungs. If you can see that, because we are in a cycle with nature, it gives us oxygen and we breathe out carbon dioxide. So it's a beautiful cycle of life, right?
I guess that's what I think of when I see trees sometimes.
Yes, they're breathing. We're breathing the trees and they're breathing us. It's like, thank you, trees. Here we go. All right, so here we go. More into the chest. Yes. 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 Go for it. You're not going to pass out. You're already sitting down. Yes. Keep on going. Yes, good. More. Yes. Inflate all of your lungs. Yes, they are there to serve you with oxygen. Keep on going. We have another 1.5 minutes to go. Yes, good. Good. Keep on going. Lean back. Yeah. Don't worry about the dizziness. That's great. Okay, and slowly let it tamper down. Feeling the inside of your body. And just become aware what you're feeling inside your body, your inner body. What is your experience? What are your sensations? And keep your eyes open now. Just kind of look around the room a little bit. Maybe the colors are changing. Become aware of your inside experience as of your outside experience. And keep connected to 50% to your inner experience and 50% of how you're feeling outside in the group and with the colors and the sensations of everything else around you. And then again, bring your awareness back to the inside of your body. Become aware of tingling, of sensations, of goosebumps all through your body. Yes, maybe there's some emotions that are coming up and they're totally welcome here. And imagine what this is like if you were to do this for a whole entire hour. It's almost like a rocket ship is taking off. So this is only a 1.5 minutes and you're already having this amount of experience. It's fabulous. You want that. So again, Beth, what is your experience in your body?
I'm feeling a lot of heat actually in my hands and a lot of tingling all over now, more all the way up to my hips, and buzzing in my ears and my eyes are tingling, and just a lot more warmth, like lots of, like, it feels more bright.
Beautiful. Great. This is also, we call this the bliss bunnies. This is actually at the core of this is you get more and more happy with this. Even though initially there might be some, fight or flight kind of energy around that you're breathing out, essentially, this cathartic breath work is all about how am I more comfortable with more and more bliss and joy in my life. Yes, Michael, that's great. You're coming down a little bit. What is your experience? Yes.
Yeah. Feeling like I was going to a higher level of wanting to pass out a little bit, but feeling more capacity in my breathing.
Great.
And certainly feeling tingling.
Great.
And in my chest and my back, even down into my legs.
Awesome. That's the super.
Like pushing a limit,
Good.
right?
Yes, yes, yes. You feel it all in your body. Absolutely.
But definitely it pushed the envelope.
Yes. That's
More
fabulous.
so than I ever.
Oh, yes, ever in your life. Yes.
Than I usually do. Yeah.
Yes, that's great.
And it's good to be sitting down.
Yes, and I can see a little bit of like your eyes becoming more alive, and there's a little bit of water in your eyes. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, just feeling like, a healthy stressing, increasing the capacity.
Yes, of feeling.
I like that,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, that's great.
So, not a bad thing, but
No.
definitely a positive, stressful
Yes.
thinking. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes,
You know,
yes.
because it was difficult to keep pushing the envelope.
Yes.
You know.
Yes, I
My
do.
body kind of wanted to resist.
Yes,
My
absolutely.
lungs wanted to resist.
Yes, because they're used to only one level of being.
Yeah.
Yes.
And this feels good. I don't know if I could do it for an hour.
Oh, I have 80-year-old people lying on a mat and doing it. But we are doing it a little bit more intense, so you get the experience when you're lying on the mat, your own breath will take over, and sometimes that breath will be a little slower. Yeah, and so, but still you will have full body tingling. And then when your body tingles fully, sometimes what people experience is the whole body starts to vibrate and start to move involuntarily, because there's so much that we are holding and controlling in our life. So this is a way of surrendering more and more to the greater aspect of life.
Yeah.
And when the breath does take over like that in the middle of that 50 minutes, it is a surrendering, and you're no longer even thinking about it. You're just part of what is happening.
Oh.
You look so good right
Yeah.
now. Like you're so red in your face and everything. I wish I had a mirror.
Yeah. I'm glad that's good.
It's fabulous.
Yeah, I feel like it's something I would have to probably work. Do people work their way up to? Like, you try for a few minutes, then you just 3 minutes, and
Yeah.
do
Yes.
people work
Yeah.
up?
Yes, actually we have a workshop coming up on September 23rd. It's a day-long workshop, and we start with little segments working up to a full hour. So you can get the full benefit, and you're working together with another person, and you feel how long it takes you to get tingling. So it's a very safe environment in which you can explore and then eventually feel completely wonderful doing a whole hour of breathing. Yeah, it's something that is your birthright. So you're reclaiming that.
I like
That's
that.
great. Yes. What about you? How was your experience?
Wow, just like so much more openness in the back.
Yes. Yes.
And like I'm not a religious person at all, but I just like stopped. I just stopped with that cycle and like I don't know, just saw God more.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, it connects you to that essence. It does, and people have very powerful visions and experience. Although that's not the reason why we do breath work. We really do breath work in order to enliven ourselves and get to a higher level of energy and functioning in life. Yes.
So I just wanted to ask you, so I breathe like this when I was able to run. I can't run now because of a back injury.
Yes.
But your body is forcing you. I'm running and my lungs are just forcing me,
Right.
And that's different than here.
Yes.
My body's not forcing me
No.
to take this deep breath. I have to consciously
Do it. You have to
do
choose
it.
it. Yes, you
I'm
have to
kind of
choose it.
simulating that
Yes.
I'm running hard.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And
You're choosing
my
it.
body needed that oxygen
Yes.
running. Right?
Exactly. So you're choosing it, but rather than just even running, which is a very physical activity, this is not just a physical activity, this is as much a more subtle energetic activity. So yes, it is physical and going to impact your physical body, but it's also going to impact places in your body that have been held and controlled for a long time and that need to heal. So the body becomes a mirror for the mind and the emotions.
I think I get it. Because
Yeah.
when you're running, of course, you're burning you're burning energy in
Yes.
your muscles.
Yes.
You need to replenish.
Yes.
Replenishing. Because you've got to outgo.
Right.
Here, I don't really have much of an outgo.
Exactly.
Right. So I'm bringing all this extra oxygen as if I
phenomenal.
was running. Right.
Absolutely phenomenal. And it can go to the places that need healing.
Okay.
Oh, it's phenomenal. You can heal powerful things with it. There's one of the other modalities is called transformational breath, and my modality is called the art of natural breathing. But Judith Kravitz, who has written a book on transformational breath and is the founder of transformational breath, she healed 4th stage breast cancer by breathing herself every day. And she's written a book about it. And she's a breath practitioner and teacher like I am. So you can do wonders with this work, absolutely, emotionally, physically, mentally, and spiritually. And you're absolutely right. You create this energy surplus. And that then goes to heal any kind of emotional, physical, mental issue that needs healing.
I'm sure that must help you like improve relationships in your life. That you didn't
Yes,
have.
it does. It also makes them more intense because when we are in this homeostatic kind of way, like I've become comfortably numb, and just go about my life the way I always do. When you start to introduce breath work, you start to feel more. You start to get more pissed off. You start to be more happy. Everything becomes more. So, which is wonderful. But you also become more authentic to who you really are as a person.
That's exactly what I've always wanted to do.
Yes. So check out the 23rd. It's a day-long, wonderful workshop in Worcester that I'm teaching. Beth is the producer, and you're welcome to come. And it's a great opportunity to take this away into your life and then do the breathing snacks. Even if you just have, 10 times inhaling and exhaling like that 3 times in your daily practice. Without driving ever. You don't do this when you're behind the wheel, but you're sitting down and you're doing it, or you're lying in your bed. Perfect.
So some breathing snacks.
Breathing
Would
snacks.
be-
Yes.
if there's one thing to take away from tonight.
Yes,
is
you
the
can do a
technique
breathing.
to
Yes.
Do some breathing snacks.
Yes.
Like 2-3 times a day.
Yeah, 10 inhales and exhales, and remember always deep inhale into your upper lungs and totally relax the exhale. Let it shoot right out.
So maybe then you don't feel like you have to stress eat as much as what people talk about.
Yes, you really, and you come back into much more of a connection to who you are on a deeper level. And you realize you have to worry less and all this kind of stuff, Like this morning, I gave myself a breathing session. If you come to a bigger workshop, which we are working up to, not the day long, but there's a 10-day intensive or a 6 months, 1 week and a month retreat. After that, you can give yourself your own breathing session. But now it's like trying to fly a plane without a license because there's so many different, it's like Jack Kornfield came back from his Zen Buddhist monastery and his master asked him, so what did you learn about the breath? And he realized, what he knew about the breath was so little. So the breath is infinitely deep what you can learn about it, how somebody breathes. If I have somebody come into my private practice and they breathe like this, I already know the whole story. I know there's severe trauma involved. I know that they are, only conscious from the head up. So the body is always showing you things. Where do you breathe to? Can you breathe from the bottom of your toes all the way up to the top of your head? And you will. When you have a breathing session, after 50 minutes, your whole body starts to tingle and you really embody yourself. And the seeing God thing, It's absolutely amazing. I mean, people have the most amazing connected experiences in terms of oneness, consciousness. So that's really beautiful. And that you had that in such a short time, imagine you're doing this for an hour. It's absolutely incredible.
And at the very same time, as I was seeing God, supposedly, I looked out the window and there's the clouds above the hill, and that just
Right.
helped it.
Yeah,
Yes.
I have one of those clouds over there.
Yes.
It's changing. It doesn't
Yeah,
move.
so
It doesn't
beautiful.
move that
I
much.
know.
But it changed.
Yes, it's gorgeous.
Oh,
It's
I
a
can
gorgeous,
see that.
gorgeous day. Yeah, so that connection, that we miss so much by having such a fragmented life in our civilized life.
It's horrible.
Yeah,
Horrible.
I know. So you get that back. You get that connection back on a visceral level, and that connection is always through the body.
Living
So
in the trees, like living in the trees.
Yes, the trees breathe.
The plants.
Yes, yes.
The photosynthesis with the breathing.
Absolutely. Yes, they're breathing us. They're breathing us, and we're breathing through them. So it's one cycle. It's not just
Actually,
biological. It's
They
everything.
need carbon. They need our carbon.
Yes, they need our carbon and we need their
That's
oxygen. Absolutely.
So
Yes.
I came across this guy, Daniel Brule.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's part of the same briefing. The book is the library, Just Brief.
Okay, yes.
Just Briefing, I believe.
Good.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, I've never heard about him, but
Yeah,
great.
I've questioned so many. He's talking about all these people you're talking about.
Yes, yes.
He went to Russia, as well as some Russian guys that do some unbelievable stuff.
Yes, I know. It is incredible. So
Chinese,
remember every time you breathe like that, you are actually feeding yourself on a really deep level. And so I could.
You're also detoxing.
Yes, you're detoxing. About 80% of our toxins get released through the breath. And emotionally, sometimes when I'm feeling not so good, and you have all those judgments creeping in because the mind runs the show most of the time. The nice thing about this kind of breath work is there's an integration phase at the end of a session. And though I've tried many different meditation techniques, I've never felt the peacefulness and the calmness and the centeredness that I feel at the end of a full breathing session. It's absolutely phenomenal. It's like there's no thought. Suddenly, you're absolutely in present time, in the present moment. Your whole body is tingling, and you feel really healthy and really alive. So it's a huge gift you can give yourself. Please, if you can make it on September 23rd, your core being will definitely be so grateful to you. It's an amazing offering, So please take that away with you, and here we are.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you.
Any questions you have,
Thank you.
I can answer. If you have a question, thanks, George.
So you're saying we should just not attempt to do this at all ourselves?
Should we
Like,
just let our-
No, just do the breathing snacks.
Okay.
You can do the snacks like we did right now. For like a minute or so, 10 deep inhales and exhales, and then you can help yourself and release a lot of tension already.
Okay.
But if you want to heal deeper in your life and you want to really have a shift of how you operate, you want to come to the weekend. Not weekend, through the day. Yeah, and eventually weekend, so yeah.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome,
Nice
Michael.
to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
Beginning of educating myself more.
Yeah, and I have also private sessions. So if you're interested in a private session, you can come. If group is not your thing, you can always come for privates.
Thank you.
But
Thank
the
you so
group is
much.
fabulous. Yeah,
Nice
you're
to meet
welcome.
you.
Nice to meet you too.
Have a good
Yeah,
one.
yeah, you too. All right, great.
Because the thing is, I love meditating too, but can never shut everything down.
Right. You don't get so peaceful so quick. Yeah, you do with breath.